Hello and welcome to more Pauper videos. So this is right after Zendikar Rising was just released, and they gave me a particular trait, Marauding Blight Priest. So this is a vampire cleric that says whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. And I've made so many decks that were based around Epicure of Blood, and this is just like, it's not a strict upgrade because it dies to Lightning Bolt and it gets countered by Prohibit. But it's still really good. You can get it back with Unearth, like the 3 mana cost makes it, I think, still better, even though it's not a strict upgrade. So I'm going to try it out in a bunch of decks. The first deck I'm trying it out in is my Abzan Merfolk Soul Sisters deck or whatever. This is a list that I trophied with. I think this is my only competitive Pauper trophy. So it's a good deck. It is a bit weak to master removal, but I think this might help it out because it makes the deck just that much faster, because we can kill really quickly now. Anyway, I'm going to go through the deck now. So we have 12 of the Soul Sisters, which basically say when a creature enters, you gain 1 life. So there's Soul Warden, Soul's Attendant, which is the worst because it's a May and it messes with MTGO's user interface. You'll see when I'm playing. And then Essence Warden too. So basically we have so many independent triggers that give us life. And then we have the Blight Priest. So if you play a creature, your opponent gets drained for 5 or however many Soul Sisters you have in play. So that's the main deck. The mana looks quite strange. We have 11 forests, and we get black mana off Ceruli Caretaker and Loam Dryad, and then white mana off of those and Avacyn's Pilgrim as well. So it's a little bit sketchy, but it does work out as long as you're willing to mulligan aggressively, because with Winding Way and Lead the Stampede and 41 creatures, these cards can definitely undo a mulligan pretty reasonably. Because what is the expected hit off Lead the Stampede, 4 creatures or something? So we have a 3 mana draw 4, which is pretty nice. And then also with only 11 land, you're going to draw a creature almost every turn, so it's pretty nice. And then we have the nice engine of Stonybrook Schoolmaster plus tappers. And when this becomes tapped, you make a blue wizard. So you can either tap it down with something like Ceruli Caretaker or Field Surgeon. This is kind of the powerhouse of the deck. When you tap an untapped creature you control, you can prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target creature. So you can block a big creature and prevent all the damage, or if you get this in play, Lightning Bolt really no longer does anything because you could just prevent all the damage. It's a really, really strong effect. And then Selesnya Evangel is Stonybrook Schoolmaster number 5, basically. So that's the main deck. The sideboard, I'm not as sure about, but this is what I'm starting with. So Veteran Armor, there's a lot of effects like Electrickery, or the new one with Cycling that gives all creatures -1/-1. So we need a way to get around that. So we're running 3 armors in the sideboard. Standard Bearer is kind of a catch-all, good against Boggles. If you partner it with something like Obsidian Acolyte or Crimson Acolyte, I guess Crimson Acolyte is good against Burn, because basically Standard Bearer, your opponent has to Lightning Bolt the Bearer, and then you just give it protection from red, so then the spell fizzles. Or you can Field Surgeon to prevent the damage that will be dealt to it, also a good combo. And then Obsidian Acolyte the same way, but with kill spells. It just makes them target this, and then that you can prevent it. An extra Field Surgeon, this card's absurd against Burn, and in the creature mirrors like Stompy and Slivers. So we're going to keep that. 2 Fairy Macabre for Graveyard Hate, and 2 Prismatic Strands against Burn, but also just Swirling Sandstorm, things like that. Might not be necessary in this meta. I think Blue-Black Delver is more popular than Blue-Red, but I guess we'll give it a shot. Anyway, that's the deck. We're just going to jump into some games, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, we're playing against Vez Indegno, and this hand is awesome. I'm going to keep this every day of the week. Any hand that has Pilgrim Quarian Ranger is just so good. Ooh, playing against Changelings, I like it. Yeah, I'm going to lead Pilgrim. It has higher upside. I could lead Lone Dryad because I would rather have Lone Dryad get killed than Pilgrim, but I don't even know if that's true in this situation. Very curious what's going on with Changelings, though. Ugh, alright. Goodbye, Pilgrim. It's cool, though. We still have Lone Dryad. I can get Quarian Ranger in play for free. Right, we go Quarian Ranger. Untap this. Then Lone Dryad. See? Not so bad. Basically, we played for the optimal play of being able to turn 2, play a bunch of stuff, but this follow-up is still not bad. Sign and Blood themselves. I'm okay with that one. So I'm really curious about the Changeling. To me, it looked like they had... Oh no! I'm sorry, opponent. This is a bad matchup for you. To me, it looked like they didn't have a 3rd land and were deciding if they wanted to Sign in Blood or not. So just a little bit to pick up on. So here we get to go Essence Warden. Tap this for white. Play Soul Warden. Always yield. Then we can untap the Loam Dryad. Tap this for white. Play Soul's Attendant. Always yield. And then we can finish this off with another Quirion Ranger. And here's where Soul's Attendant gets really annoying. Then I can attack for 1 and pass turn. I'm expecting opponent to not have any ways to do 1 to each creature in the main deck. Especially if they're playing Bump in the Night, but if they just jam Pestilence here, I will die. I'll be impressed though if they're running Pestilence in a Changeling Outcast deck. Another Changeling, gain some life. Beautiful. Beautiful. So they can't block, they do have Desert, which can kill some stuff. I don't care too much about that. I'm just gonna play Winding Way. Creature. There's the Marauding High Priest, so that might be how we win here. So we're going to tap here and play Loam Dryad. Gain some life, and then High Priest plus Schoolmaster should just do it, I think. No attacks. Skittering Sturge. Whenever you cast a creature spell, sacrifice it. Oh no. This is like their actual nightmare matchup. So they're playing just mono black aggro, I guess, with Desert, which is kind of interesting, but this is, I think, literally unwinnable. And this is why this deck is good. Any creature matchup is just like, we don't care about their racing us. We don't care about their burn. All we care about is them being able to kill us. Here we're gonna play the Blight Priest. We gain a bunch of life, they lose a bunch of life. Zoop. Sorry, you have to make slurping sounds when playing this deck. It's like kind of part of it. And then we can go Forest, untap the Loam Dryad. No, actually, how much mana can I have? 1, 2. I can only get up to 3 mana to place Stony Brook. So I'm just actually going to cast the Soul's Attendant here. That way they're kind of locked out of playing other creatures and we get to drain them for a whole bunch. Pass turn. And I think this kind of locks them out of Crypt Rats as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would have been really close with Crypt Rats because they would have played it and lost 4 and gone to 5. And then if they pop it for 2, they have no board. So like, still pretty good. Here, Obsidian Acolyte obviously coming in. Veteran Armor I think I need. I don't actually need the Blight Priest, so I'm going to go down to 2 of those. Field Surgeon is actually kind of medium as well against the black decks. And then I need to cut 2 more cards. I guess I don't need so much. Life Gain is good against a deck playing Fruit of Tearsos or whatever that card is. So I think I keep in all of the Life Gain cards. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of all of the Blight Priests. Yeah, let's just get rid of all of them. That seems kind of reasonable. I should be... Like, Obsidian Acolyte could just let me attack in for damage and... Yeah, sure, we'll try that. I don't know if this is optimal. I think maybe keeping 1 in the deck could be good. But I also feel like I don't need them to win. So, and this hand's great. We got multiple sources of white mana. So right now, I think I have to lead on Ceruli Caretaker because if I play the Pilgrim and it dies... Ooh, what is this? Oh, sure. If I play the Pilgrim and the Pilgrim dies, then I have no white mana. And also, Caretaker can just block the Ghoul-Draw's Vampire, so we're definitely going to play it here. It's just safer. It doesn't die to Disfigure, unless they attack and Disfigure, which I don't think is that bad for me. They can't Geth's Verdict. Beautiful. Tyrant's Choice. So I take 4, right? If the vote is tied, we lose 4 life. Okay, so I want to vote Torture, go down to 16. I don't actually have any life gain creatures, but there we go. We get to go Essence Warden. And then tap this for green to cast another Caretaker. Play a Pilgrim. Go ahead. Slurping that life right back up. I think probably from this point on I might hold up Selfless Cathar activation because like one of the only ways I could lose is like Nausea or Cryptorats. But they're just casting Sign in Blood, so I think I'm okay. Queen Ranger's pretty good. Let's go Winding Way. Creatures. Draw 2. Veteran Armor is very good. So play the Armor. Then play Quirion Ranger. Then this is going to untap the Caretaker. Then we can go land into another Quirion Ranger. Get down a Selfless Cathar. And I can like threaten to attack them next turn, right? That's fun. Go ahead. So now we're quite protected against Crypt Rats. At least a surprise Crypt Rats, because they can't, like, they would need to use all of their mana in activating it. Also, I'm going to start attacking them. Yeah, Skittering Scourge means Crypt Rats not really going to do a whole lot. Guess they can't even attack, right? Yeah, this is great. We draw Forest, don't care about that really. We go another Selfless Cathar. I guess I just pass turn? I don't know, let me think, how much damage can I do by attacking? So I swing, 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 swing. They can block here, which I don't like. What if I attack like this? And then, no, we're gonna just wait. If they cast Crypt Rats, they have to lose their Skittering Scourge anyway. And next turn I can attack for way more damage. Cast down, okay, he did. I need my Obsidian Accolade. I forgot that card is even in my deck. That would be amazing. I will take 3. This tells me they're probably going to cast another thing. Bump in the night, sure. You know, I do kind of, like, I am losing a bit of life here. So that is something to be, like, moderately concerned about. But I think this should do enough stuff for us. Soul's Attendant, Lone Dryad, Absence Pilgrim. They have 1 card in hand? Yeah, that's probably fine. So we get to go Soul's Attendant. Always yield to that. Add green here. Cast Lone Dryad. And Soul's Attendant, you have to always yes and always yield, so it just makes the triggers a little bit worse. It's gonna add green for an Absence Pilgrim. And then we're gonna untap, I guess, Absence Pilgrim. Play a Forest, and I just like swinging out here, I think. I could just activate Absence Pilgrim. I can even attack with the Pilgrim because I can Quirion Ranger the Pilgrim mid-combat because I've only used 1 of them. So that seems pretty good. So they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage, go to 8. And that's if they chump block. Part of me wants to let this trade happen. I'm at 18. I'm at 18's fine. I'm just going to let this trade happen. Although, do I have enough mana to activate Selfless Cathar next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's just let this happen. And we're going to untap this guy. Last turn. Now I have Selfless Cathar available. So they would need to have Crypt Rats in hand and then draw a Swamp to go Crypt Rats Swamp. Because otherwise they're not going to be able to do 2 damage. And then I can just save my team from Selfless Cathar. And I think I have lethal next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So they need to actually block. They send me a message, so it's probably game. I want to know what they were casting. Well, I can't read the message, but that was sweet. This deck did everything we wanted. I'll see you guys next round. Alright, we're playing against IR Bad Green. We're going to go first. Yep, good hand. So I need to lead on Ceruli Caretaker, I think. Yeah. Because this is like almost impossible to kill turn 1 aside from Lightning Bolt. And I need the white mana. The downside is I don't get to go like Selesnya Evangel turn 2, but and I also miss out on 1 life gain off the Soul's Attendant. But I think that's fine. We're playing against a blue deck, so this should be okay. And hopefully this is a good time to show off the power of Marauding Blight Priest. Like this is the type of hand that would do it. Ooh, Essence Warden was actually a pretty good draw. So now I can go Essence Warden into Pilgrim. At green. Play you, gain a life. It begins. Go ahead. So next turn I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3 mana. So I can go Soul's Attendant into Selesnya Evangel, or just get down on Blight Priest. Oh no, it's Infect! Oh, that's so bad. That's actually really funny. Alright, well, Infect I guess we could assume is like our worst possible matchup. What do we do about Infect? The life gain doesn't matter at all. It only matters insofar as we can kill them with Marauding Blight Priest. I'm going to be a bit risky, and I'm going to try and Winding Wave for Quirion Ranger. I didn't. But I get another Abyssin's Pilgrim out, which is also pretty good. At least our sideboard is good for Infect. We have some standard bearers and things that can help, but that's really funny. So I think I want to try and get down Blade Priest next turn. If I had hit Quirion Ranger off of Winding Way, we would have been in really good shape because I could have like emptied my hand, but this is going to do so much damage to my opponent. Oof. Okay. I think I have to block here. I don't think I can take that much damage. It doesn't have trample. Ooh, and we draw land. Nice. So I get to go Blight Priest. Or wait a second. 1, 2, 3. Am I gonna chump block again? I guess I need to decide if I'm planning to chump block. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Selesnya Evangel. And the life gain sequencing doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just gonna get down everything except for the Blight Priest here. Because this can generate a stream of chump blockers in the future. Add white. Tapping. I guess the card I'm most likely to chump block with is Essence Warden. Then we play Soul's Attendant, another card I'm likely to chump block with. And I'm going to tag with Essence Warden because that and Soul's Attendant are like roughly the same. So if I am deciding to block between one of them, it doesn't matter. And we need to pressure our opponent because they're killing us very quickly. Unstable Mutation on the mirror is actually really scary. But if they don't have a way to give unblockable, then I think we might be okay. Yeah, I'll just block here. And now I have Selesnya Evangel to generate chump blockers. Blighted Agent, see that's scarier. And Glistener Elf, alright. It's unfortunate they played all those out before I got down the Blight Priest, but what can you do? Another Soul Warden. Black. We can do this, play this guy out. So we always yield to that. They lose a life, and then I can go Soul Warden. They lose more life. This is a really weird matchup. And then I still have mana up to Selesnya Evangel. So if we can hold on for like one more turn, and then we might be able to actually beat Infect with this deck, which would be sweet. They swing out. So we're going to tap this to add white. And tap here to make a creature. Opponent loses 2. And I get to block the Ichor Claw Mirror and hope to not die to pump spells. They didn't have Rancor, which is very good. It's possible I was supposed to block Glistener Elf, but that just seems not great. I take 5 Infect. Okay. Another Ichor Claw Mirror. Well, they take 2, so that's good. Look at that. Look at that beautiful drain. Alright, deck, give us goods. Loam Dried's probably good. We get to go Soul Warden. Drain, drain, drain. Drain. Okay, so they're at 12. Then we go Loam Dryad. They lose a whole bunch. I think I might be like 1 short. They're at 9, so they can block here and then take 1, 2 if I attack. And I can only hit them for 1, 2, 3. So I guess I'm better off sitting back on defense, as much as I don't like it. Although I guess it makes sense to at least attack with a Blight Priest, right? Because I'm not going to be blocking with it. Yeah, that actually makes sense to me. At which point I guess I should attack with these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can put them to 1. I think if I had tapped differently, I might have been able to kill them if I had Avacyn's Pilgrim attacking, but I guess they can just block. So we're just going to attack with the Blight Priest. Okay, so that stays around. We just gotta hope. Yeah, this goes to a 1-1. We just gotta hope they don't have another Giant Growth. Actually, they would need 2 pump spells, so we could be okay. Please don't kill me. I mean, Giant Growth is 4. Mutagenic Growth? Oh, they have Proliferate, don't they? Oh, I'm alive! Oh my gosh, okay. Do this. Tap something. Make a Saproling. They lose 6. They lose 3, I guess. And then I attack them for lethal? Ooh, Field Surgeon's very good. So let's make a Saproling. Tapping the Blight Priest, I guess. I'm not going to attack there. Yeah, I can actually kill them through non-combat interactions, which is so sweet. Drain, 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 drain. Do this. So that way my Avacyn's Pilgrim's untapped. Put down a Field Surgeon. That is lethal. Please? Yeah! Get in there, Blight Priest! Oh, that is amazing. We beat Infect. Their draw was not great. But, I mean, still, Infect is like one of the worst matchups. Now we get to bring in good stuff like Standard Bearer. Prismatic Strands could give us some hope. We just want to be as aggressive as possible. Prismatic Strands can name blue, I guess, to keep us alive. That might be worth something. I don't think I need Veteran Armor. In fact, Field Surgeon... You know, I guess Field Surgeon's okay. It saves us against Infect. Like, when we block. Obsidian Acolyte, they don't have any black cards. I think I'm gonna get rid of some Soul's Attendants. Like, I know our win condition is life gain Blight Priest, but you don't need that much life gain. And this hand's good. It's got a Winding Way, it's got some dorks. Told my opponent it's a funny matchup we have going on. Alright, and they don't have a turn 1 Glistener Elf. Perfect. So they're playing Infect. I'm not really going to play around too much removal, so we're going to lead on Abzan's Pilgrim. That way I can get down Stony Brook turn 2. Although, actually it might be better to wait on Stony Brook. It depends on what they do. They get Forest. Okay, Ichorclaw Mirror. So that's the scary to block one. We draw Soul's Attendant, which I don't care about. So I can go just jam a Stony Brook Schoolmaster, but then my attacks and blocks are not good. I can go Ceruli Caretaker into Winding Way, at which point I should just cast Winding Way, and that makes sense to me. Because if I draw Aquarian Ranger, it's going to be great. Okay, I don't. But that's okay, we can just get down Caretaker, and now next turn, I can play the Schoolmaster and then tap it to make a token for green, and then use that green to cast Caretaker. Yeah, this is a slower start. Here's hoping they don't have Rancor. Oh gosh. Okay, fair enough. I do have one essentially auto win card in this deck, which is Standard Bearer. So it's possible I should just be mulliganing to that, because if I can play that turn 2, holy cow, I'm actually just dead. Alright, that is blue-green Infect doing some things. Right? Yeah, they just kill me. Alright, game 3 it is. Maybe I want more Standard Bearer, because this deck is bad against Boggles and Infect, and this is like my only way to get out of it, because Strands doesn't even stop colorless cards from hitting me. Run it back. Alright, we need to beat Infect. Let's keep... not keeping this hand. I gotta keep this hand. It's really good. What do I get rid of? So I go turn 1 Pilgrim, turn 2 Schoolmaster. I guess I get rid of Selesnya Evangel. Although it does generate... Yeah, because I'm going to go Schoolmaster and use that to make tokens. I don't know. Let's hope that's correct. Like, the hope is I can attack with Schoolmaster and make tokens. Just no Glistener Elf. Okay. Alright. Blue-green Infect's really scary when you're playing Life Gain Dirtle. Selfless Cathar. I think I need a Winding Way and try and hit something good. I think I need a Winding Way and try and hit something good. Like a mana creature, Aquarian Ranger. Sure. So we get to go Loam Dryad. I'm really looking for the Standard Bearer. That way they can't like aqueous form their Glistener Elf. But next turn's gonna be kind of nice. I get to go Schoolmaster into Cathar. And if they don't pump, I can block. Do I want to trade my Loam Dryad for Giant Growth? Yeah, kinda. If they don't have it, they're super dead. But like that just prevents 4 Infect from hitting me. I don't get to tap my Schoolmaster and make a token, but I do have double Schoolmaster, so I don't like care too much about that. Another lead the Stampede, so yeah, let's just play this guy. If they attack again, I will block. I don't know about that block. Maybe it was bad, maybe it was good. My default strategy is to just block whenever I can against Infect because it prevents so much damage. Take 4. Alright, I'll block. This is very expensive blocks. Ichorclaw Mirror, yeah. Field Surgeon helps a little. Yeah, our draw's just not lined up. I guess we just play another, and I guess at this point I have to just take it, but this is too slow. Yeah, we needed, I think, to keep that Loam Dryad around and take the hit for 1. I just figured there was a like decent chance they were bluffing and didn't have the Giant Growth. Oh no. I think I'm just dead to Giant Growth. I don't think I can block here. I need to like... Oh, they skipped through combat. I feel really bad, but that's what I needed. I'm sorry, opponent. That's really bad for them. If this was like a very competitive thing, I would do it. I mean, I think I still actually die. I don't think I'm winning. Which is the funny thing. Opponent says, wow, they messed up. Yeah. It doesn't matter though. My hand is just way too clunky. It's all 3 drops. We can go Field Surgeon. Pass turn. Yeah, I think this is one of our worst matchups. They both get smaller though, that is something. Maybe it's not the end. So they don't have unblockable. Okay, so I'm going to Target Field Surgeon, tapping Stony Brook. Always yes to this one. From the next 1 damage that would be dealt here. Then we move to blocks. Maybe there is a way I can win this if they don't have Giant Growth or something. So now I can prevent damage that would be dealt to him, targeting Merfolk Wizard. Groundswell. Did they play land? 4/4. No, so he will die no matter what I do. If I had Queen Ranger, I could be okay, but I can prevent 3, right? Yeah, that's not enough though. That's unfortunate. So he dies. But their creatures are getting much smaller. Another Ichorclaw Mirror. So I can attack with Stony Brook to make a token, I guess. Seems okay to me. I really needed a Queen Ranger like 90 turns ago. Attack, we get a token. So Glistener Elf becomes a 1/1. We go Essence Warden, Selfless Cathar. It's a life gain that doesn't ever matter, but it's fine. I will win the late game with this many lead the Stampede, so if I could just keep trading off creatures, we could be okay. Elo's Strength. Okay, so that's like a anytime Giant Growth. So I think the game plan here is to block the 2/2 and then take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, let's force them to blow Seal of Strength on... I mean, Glistener Elf is going to die next turn anyway. I'm just thinking of how I get out of this. If I block there, there's no point in them pumping it. But this max prevents. We're going to trade. I only took 1 Infect. Man, their missed attack was pretty rough. Winding Way can help. So we get to attack with Stony Brook. That makes 1 blocker for us. And we're really hoping to hit Queen Ranger. Well, these have not been the most ideal hits, but I'll take a Loam Dryad. Past turn. They have an end of turn spell? Weather the Storm? Okay. I guess that can help them not die to Marauding Blight Priest. I'm totally fine with Weather the Storm in their deck. So Ichorclaw Mirror is actually going to die next turn. So I'm just going to take 1 and block here. I don't think they can kill me is the nice thing. Okay, so they make it a 4/4, so I go to 5 Infect. Unless they drew Giant Growth, Giant Growth. Groundswell up to 6, so I take 7. Did they draw Groundswell, Giant Growth? No. Okay. Alright, we're in this. We draw the Pilgrim. So we're gonna go lead the Stampede. There's our Ranger, finally. I think we went through like half of our deck to get there, but that's fine. So we're gonna have green here. Play Queen Ranger. Then we're going to untap the Loam Dryad? Yeah, I want to get as much mana in play as possible. So we untap this, play this, then we go Loam Dryad into Pilgrim. I don't want to have to block with my Queen Ranger, so we do that. I guess I can attack with Selfless Cathar. We're pretty dead to Aqueous Form, but Ichorclaw Mirror is going to die, so they're just going to have 1 Ichorclaw Mirror in play and 1 card in hand, and it wasn't Aqueous Form because they would have killed me. Somehow we're doing it. If they attack, I'm just going to chump. I know I could triple block, but that seems kind of bad. There's the Forest. So Blight Priest doesn't do anything yet. So we're just going to go lead the Stampede. And now our hand's shaping up. We've had time to draw through things. And now we can do stuff. We get to go Soul's Attendant. Tap for black. White. Untap this one. I don't think it really matters. Land the Blight Priest. Always yes to this. Start slurping them down. Always yield to that as well. Add green off the Schoolmaster. Get him with all the slurps. Play Essence Warden. It's getting there. I don't really want to attack. I'm still close to dying is the rough part. So they move to combat. I can untap with Queen Ranger. They don't even attack. This is beautiful. We have Winding Way. So 1, 2, 3. No, actually we're gonna do this. Add black. Cast another Blight Priest. Slurp them down. Then we play a Stony Brook Schoolmaster. Gain a bunch of life. This is the actual dream. We're just slurping them down. Then we Loam Dryad, add black, tapping here. Make another token. Always yes to this one. I think I could have just attacked and killed them, but this is way more fun. And we Quirion Ranger, untap a Loam Dryad. Oh, you know, I actually thought, I guess I could just Winding Way here. I thought I had enough mana to cast the Blight Priest, but it turns out I do not. They go down to 8. Play this. Creature. So next turn they're there. I mean, they would have won if they had a... I guess it is in my interest to swing out here. No, it's not. They would have won had they attacked, so I'll probably just concede if they like let me go to my next turn. Right, I mean, they're super dead here. I can kill them kind of whenever, but I don't know. So for those wondering, this is not a league. This is just a casual game. So like, people always get mad at me for doing like scummy things, but it's a casual game. The result of this game doesn't matter. So I think just draining my opponent out is much sweeter. But I'll concede with the stack, this on the stack. Should have one. We're gonna do this. Play the Blight Priest and then concede. I think that's the right way to do it. Give my opponent the luxury of winning, and still get to do all my cool stuff. I didn't want them to concede with this on the stack, but like we had the win locked up. Good games. I bar green. See you guys next round. All right, we're playing against Axe Silva 87. This hand's actually a mulligan. It doesn't have any white mana, and triple Quirion Ranger plus double forest is effectively a mulligan anyway. This hand is also mulligan, no land. Okay, this hand's good. We can just bottom both forests. Because this deck, I mean, we really only want like 1 or 2 land, and Quirion Ranger makes forests redundant anyway. So we can just go like Forest Avacyn's Pilgrim into Winding Way, and then hopefully go from there. Double Selfless Cathar is not like the best, but it will help us get an aggressive start. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with the Pilgrim. Past turn, opponent said something. Hi, good luck, have fun, thank you. Okay, so opponent's holding up mana here. Ooh, Quirion Ranger was very good. So I can go Quirion Ranger, add white, untap this. Selfless Cathar. Selfless Cathar. Loam Dryad. That's quite the board state. And then we have a Winding Way to refuel. Last turn. One does nothing. What kind of hand did they keep? I have no idea, but this is a... I'm not actually going to cast the Blight Priest yet because I don't have any life gain effect. Choose creature. You only get a Pilgrim, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's add green here. Play this Pilgrim. Actually going to untap the Loam Dryad, or... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We're going to untap something so I can attack. For 3. That was a really bad Winding Way. The expected hit is like 3 creatures. But opponent, I guess, kept a sketchy hand and didn't get there. So we get to sideboard. Against Affinity, what does our sideboard look like? I like Strands. Field Surgeon's pretty good. Standard Bearer protects against Fling and Teamer Battle Rage, so maybe that's even better than Strands. Yeah, so we're gonna go Standard Bearer. Get rid of 1 Selfless Cathar. And 1 Soul Warden. I guess at that point I might as well get rid of 1 Marauding Blight Priest. I don't need it so much against this deck. Actually, maybe I should be doing that more, like siding out these because they're somewhat redundant, and then bringing in like Veteran Armorers against you like Trickery. That actually kind of makes sense. Now this is a hand I'm down for. Opponent mulligan to 6, but it looks like they should hopefully have a better hand this time. Leading on Darksteel. Okay, they have Chromatic Star, so they should be able to hit their colored mana now. I'm going to play Ceruli Caretaker because I really want it to survive, and Burst Lightning only does 2. Or Galvanic Blast, I mean, only does 2 until they have Metalcraft. So I don't know, it's marginally more likely to survive than Loam Dryad. And Prism. Alright, their colored mana situation's good, and I get to untap. Soul's Attendant, not amazing, but I get to go Loam Dryad into Soul's Attendant. We're like kind of 1 mana short of... Oh, I need white. We're kind of 1 mana short of doing all the stuff we'd like to do, because having Field Surgeon in play would be nice. But it's gonna, like, most of my creatures are gonna be tapped anyway, so Field Surgeon doesn't do a whole lot just yet. Oh, okay, Plains. They must be the blue-white Metalcraft version. So they Journey to Nowhere, probably my Caretaker. Everyone's hitting the Soul's Attendant. I'm okay with it. I don't mind that. And they Thoughtcast. So Quirion Ranger is like the best thing I could draw, which is kind of always the case. Like if you don't have Quirion Ranger is just the best. So the awkward thing here is I have to tap my Loam Dryad. So I guess I just cast a standard bearer. No, I'll lead with a field surgeon, I guess. Who knows? Maybe it can like save itself. Go ahead. The cracking star for red, they're probably gonna blast something. Yeah, so I will protect a lone dryad, I guess. Yeah, we're just like 1 mana short. We need to get out of the gates a little bit faster here, because this is turn 4, and we only have 3 permanents in play, because they keep killing the creature we need to tap to like tap and add mana and cast stuff. And then we take 2. They also played a chromatic star. Alright, there we go. Now they attack. Alright, drawing Loam Dryad was good. So now I get to go Loam Dryad into Soul's Attendant. I guess should have done it the other way around, but now I have mana and stuff. Last turn. We have an 0-3 to block their 2-2. Crack for red again. I guess another Galvanic Blast. Oh no. Alright, clack, shaman, whatever that thing is. That's a problem. Although, it's really not that bad, I guess, because they would have to sacrifice 3 things to kill my whole board. And then I'm just like 1 land away from getting there. So sure, I'll take 2. I might just cast a Field Surgeon next turn, like, then they have to wipe the board in response, and they lose Prism, Citadel. The armor is also actually pretty nice. That would make them have to sacrifice 4 things. I can cast armor, I can cast Field Surgeon, or I can just cast a Winding Way. Let's just go with Winding Way. We're up to 8. Ooh, I can cast a Quirion Ranger. Because I have 2, that actually seems okay to me. This kind of forces them to do stuff, so always yes, always yield. We're going to untap this, return this forest, play this. I can cast Winding Way, but I'm probably going to have to discard a bit. I guess, yeah, there's no point in casting armor. We're just going to pass turn, I think. Yeah. Okay, Atog is fine. We gain some life. Can they fling us out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, no. So I guess I'm going to go for a Field Surgeon next turn, because like, what are they going to do? We draw a land, that means I don't have to do a whole lot. They're going to play Atog. How do I play around this? The Shaman and Atog in the same hand is pretty rough. I guess here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Essence Warden. That'll gain me a bit more life. Okay, they let that resolve. So now we're going to add white and then untap this. Ah, they go for it. Okay. So I guess I want to tap these for mana. Let's just add white here. And I just need green for Quirion Rangers. So let's just add a bunch of white. So they're doing 1 to everything. If they don't stack it, then I get to keep all my stuff. So they need to do... Oh, I don't know if that's what they wanted. Okay, so now I get to go Forest into Field Surgeon. Do I even need Field Surgeon? I guess we go Standard Bearer first. They blast my Loam Dryad. That's fine. And then we can go Veteran Armor into Quirion Ranger. At green. Unless they have another Crack Clan Shaman. That would be rough if they do. We get to pass turn. I'm not going to activate Quirion Ranger here. Okay, 3-Minute Spectre I'm not scared of. Of 1 mind? That's good. That is a good way to refill. So right now they can hit me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with the ATOG. Now 13. Let me do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm not dead. And no ATOG attacks. Interesting. I'll take the 2. So now we get to go white for Soul Warden, white for Field Surgeon. Always yield to this. Play the Averson's Pilgrim. Quirion Ranger will untap the Caretaker. Pass turn with Field Surgeon available. Opponent just plays land. I think we're getting there. So there's no real easy way for me to kill this Mirror Enforcer, but what I can do is just block and then prevent 1 damage. Tapping here. I take 4. I could have been a bit more conservative. I think I could have blocked better, but I would like to, you know, be able to play around Galvanic Blast or something like that, because if I can keep Standard Bearer around, I don't see how I lose this. go ahead and cast Winding Way for creatures. Nice, that was good. Untap this one. And then we get to go Soul Warden. Go to life total nice and high. Play another Veteran Armorer. And I'm actually going to keep Pilgrim in hand in case they do draw a Crack Clan Shaman. I'd like to be able to use my mana. So I have Quirion Ranger, no attacks. My creatures are quite toughness boosted. Ardent Recruit is big, doesn't do a whole lot, gains me life, I guess. So now that attack is a bit dubious, I think. So I think, how risky do I want to get? I mean, I'm untapping this. Okay, so I block here. And then what happens if I just double block this with Veteran Armorers? That seems okay. Tap prevent one here. Tap prevent one here. So now we can prevent the ones here too. I think they can choose how the damage happens. So I think I need to do this to be like fully careful. Target here, prevent here. Yeah, so now they can't kill either of my armors. And they pass turn. I think that's ooh, that's very good. Okay. Do this, this. Do whatever, play this. And Stony Brook Schoolmaster means we could just kind of go off now. We'll just pass turn with Quirion Ranger available. And this is what the deck does. It just grinds them down until we can beat them down. I cited out some of my life gain win the game cards, but there's 2 in the deck still, and I guess that's all you really need. Galvanic Blast, they have to target my standard bear. Okay, so we're going to prevent a damage here. Tapping this. Always yes to this one. So now, prevent the next 1 damage. I just need to tap 1 more time to prevent another damage. Tapping the Merfolk Wizard. So now this does 4, and it's only going to take... Yeah, it's not going to die. We'll see if opponent even attacks now. And this is the beauty, right? I don't actually know how they get out of this. We survived a Crack Clan Shaman. Swing out makes the most sense to me. Okay. So how much can ATOG do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it can't even kill me. So I let ATOG go through. We're going to block the 4/4 like this. I kind of want to kill the Ardent Recruit. So we can block it with a Veteran Armorer and a Soul Warden. And then I can block Thraben Inspector like this. And then double block the Frogmite like this. And then we prevent the damage to the Soul Warden. And I think this is fine with me. They lose all their stuff. Unless their last card is exactly Crack Clan Shaman, this works. And it is not. Beautiful. We draw a Loam Dryad, which is pretty great. Yeah, they've had enough. I think I could have just killed them from there. I mean, we're going to Schoolmaster, draw a bunch of cards. Sweet. See you guys next round. All right, so that was a pretty fun first look into the deck. I think I'm gonna be testing this card out a lot, so I don't want to put too much effort into one deck if something ends up being way sweeter. So I'm trying to show you all of the decks, and then whichever deck is good, I can start playing leagues with that deck and stuff. My first impression, this card felt great. I think it might make there be a little bit too many 3-drops, because one thing that can happen is you just get stuck with a lot of 3s in hand, and maybe you didn't hit an accelerant earlier, so you can't cast anything. So it's possible 4 is just too many, even though this card is insane. The other option is maybe Stony Brook Schoolmaster is worse, and we just play Blight Priest instead. I think that's not the case. I think this card's unbelievably good, especially with things like Field Surgeon and Selfless Cathar. So I think maybe doing something like having 1 Blight Priest in the sideboard and then bringing it in against non-interactive decks or fog decks could be good. Another thing is, I don't think I did this all the time, but against matchups where they're going to have a lot of removal, I think the Blight Priest is pretty bad. Against Blue-Black Delver, for example, where they can just kill all of your stuff. They might have the creatures you control get -1/-1. This is going to be a pretty weak top deck, and it's also pretty hard to cast. So I could definitely see doing some sideboarding, cutting all the Blight Priests, and then bringing in some Veteran Armorers and Obsidian Acolytes. That might be a good option. And just something like that. And other than that, I think you could just try the other things I did with my other Soul Sisters deck. So I think here I was running Street Wraith. If you want to be able to increase your chances of drawing, we Lead the Stampede in Winding Ways. This one had a land grant version. I'll link all the videos. I made a bunch of videos with this deck, so you could just check the description if you want to see them. And I'm going to keep tinkering with it. I think next we're going to do Storm. So stay tuned. See you guys then.